Wow, this is a very beautiful dress. In today's tutorial, we're getting step by step how to create this beautiful dress. I'll be getting step by step, perfect for absolute beginners, how to make this in various sizes. This tutorial was requested by one of my subscribers, and I want to say a big thank you to all of my subscribers and my channel viewers. Thank you for liking and sharing my tutorials. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, ZoeCrochetR. And a very big thank you to all of my members. Now, without further ado, get started all your materials and let's get started and commit your work to the Lord and your plans should be established. Proverbs 16 verse 3. Okay, we're going to start working, and these are the materials that we're going to need. We're going to need a scissors, a stitch markers, a darning needles, and a measuring tape to take a measurement. So let's get started. Okay, we are going to start working, and for the first part of our work, you're going to create a slip knot. And I'm working with a 3.5mm size hook. I've worked so much with this hook and the numbers I've wiped off. This is a 3.5, and in that ring insert your hook. Now for the first part of our work, we're going to take our measurement from the top of our shoulder to our underbust. That is going to be any measurement, any number it gives you, you're going to write that down. Mine gives me 32 centimeters. Now I'm going to take that 32 centimeters and add it and make it by 2. So we're going to be doing 32 plus 32. 32 plus 32, that gives me 64 centimeters. That's my actual length. Now, because I wanted to have more fitting, I'm going to subtract 6 from the 64 centimeters. So I will be left with 58 centimeters. So your foundation chain needs to give you that measurement. So just go ahead and keep on working. I've completed my chains. I did a total of 122 chains, and that measures 58 centimeters. So I subtracted 6 centimeters from my initial 64 centimeters, as I said earlier. So you can go ahead and subtract more, but don't do it a lot. If not, your dress will be very tight. All right. So now let's get started. And this pattern is worked in even numbers. We are going to work the Suzette stitch. We are going to make the Suzette stitch. And this stitch is worked in even numbers, right? So you're going to come in the second chain, insert your hook there, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops in your hook, yarn over and pull out 2 loops. This is a single crochet. In that same chain, yarn over, insert your hook in that same chain, and yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull out 2 loops. You're left with 2. Yarn over and pull out 2 loops. This is a double crochet. Next, you are going to skip 1 chain, and into the next chain you're going to repeat this. So skip 1 chain, come to the next chain, insert your hook. You always start with a single crochet, yarn over into that same stitch, you make a double crochet. We're going to repeat that pattern. You skip 1 chain, into the next chain you insert your hook. You start with a single crochet, yarn over into that same chain, you make a double crochet. We're going to repeat the same pattern. You skip 1 chain, into the next chain you make a single crochet plus a double crochet in the same chain. I'm going to put this sequence all through this row. This my work here, it is on 58 centimeters, 58, almost on the half, without stretch, no stretching. You see now, it's really, you see that it's really not stretched. Now if I want to give it a little stretch, just a little, see, just a little, it takes me to 64 centimeters. You see that my work is not too stretched up. That's going to be my length. And we get at the end here, we have 2 stitches left. That's because we had even numbers. So you're going to skip this, and in the last, now we always end just with a single crochet. To end our row, we're going to make just a single crochet. Good. And this is how we complete this first row. In case you have 1 extra stitch, not a problem, you're just going to pull it and just close that place. Right, now we're going to start row number 2. You're going to chain 1, and it's just a 1 row repeat, nothing complicated. Now in that same stitch, in that single crochet stitch, go in there and start with a single crochet. This is how you start your row. Yarn over, go back there and make a double crochet. Double crochet. Good. Now you're going to skip one stitch. Into the next stitch, you make a single crochet plus a double crochet. You skip one stitch, come to the next and make a single crochet plus a double crochet. You skip one stitch, come to the next stitch, you make a single crochet plus a double crochet. It's a very beautiful stitch. You're going to repeat this all through this row, and I'll meet you for the next part of our work. So keep on working. Okay, we'll be working now. Get at this end here. We have 2 stitches left, 1 and 2. I'm going to skip this one stitch and come to the last. I'm going to always end a row with a single crochet. Set your hook in the last stitch and make a single crochet. We've completed 2 rows. You're going to chain 1 and turn, and we are just going to repeat this row. So it's just 1 row repeat, and you're always going to start with a single crochet. In the same stitch, you make a double crochet. You skip 1 stitch, and you can see that the stitch that we skip is a double crochet. Stitch, and we are always going to work in, but in a single crochet stitch, right? So come in the single crochet, and you always start with a single crochet, then you make a double crochet. You skip this, come, you make a single crochet and a double crochet. You skip this, you come here, you make a single crochet plus a double crochet. Skip this, and this is our beautiful Suzette stitch. Good. Now we already have our length, right? We already have our length. Now we are looking for the width, and to have the width measurement, you are going to take the full bust measurement, your full bust measurement. You take that measurement and you're going to divide it by 4. All right, you divide it by 4. Now for me, for example, my full bust measurement gives me 92 centimeters. I divide this 92 centimeters by 4. All right, by 4. And when I divide this by 4, it gives me 23. Means I'm going to work until this gives me 23 centimeters. My measurement will give me 23 centimeters. All right, so here we are. I work until I have 23 centimeters. Now, because I want this dress to kind of fit me very well, I don't want it to be loose on my body. I'm going to take away 4 centimeters from it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take away 4, and I'm going to work until I have 19 centimeters. Do you get? So from here to here now, I work until I have 90 centimeters. For my original 23 centimeters, I've taken away 4 centimeters, and I need but 19. And this is going to fit me perfectly well. You're going to do the same thing, and I'll meet you in the next part of our work. And you are going to make 2 identical rectangles, 2 identical, the same length and the same width. All right, so keep on working. Here we go. I have my 19 centimeters. I'm going to stop here. The width is good for me. I'm going to stop here. And of course we have 2 identical pieces, the same width and the same length. And I have a total of 34 rows here. This is how I count my rows. I count this as 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I count my rows, and I have 34 of this. Yep. There is that strand. Let's just go on. So you're just going to chain 1 and fasten off. And we're going to come below here. And you're going to turn your work. You're going to come below here, and we're going to make a row of single crochet. I'm going to insert my hook there. bring all of my tails, just bring that tail in front and bring this also in front. Go ahead and chain one. In that space you're going to make one single crochet. And since this is our corner, you're going to make one more single crochet. This gives us two. I'm going to work in those chains. Yep. So just come here. Remember, we're working in one stitch in one chain and we're skipping the other, right? So this is a skipped chain. Go in there and make a single crochet. Let me show you clearly. So this is a skip chain. Go in there and work along your toes, so I don't have to repeat them again at the end. And make a single crochet. This is where the stitch walked in. Go in there and make a single crochet. Here we have the skip chain. I'm getting this last stitch here. I'm going to make two single crochet in there. One and two. And here we are done. Chain one and fasten off. Okay, here we have completed our single crochet run. This is what we're going to do. You can see I've inserted stitch markers. So by the time we fold the work, I'm going to fold it like this. By the time we fold the work like this, and this is going to be my armpit, and for my armpit I left a total width of a total depth of 14 centimeters. So this is really very optional. This is how fitted you want your armpit to be. All right, so mine is 14 centimeters. And I went ahead to insert my stitch marker here and here. So when I count round, I have a total of 52 stitches. Now on this other side also, I also inserted my stitch markers. This is going to be my front. Our main objective here is we want to close our breast. We don't want our breast outside, so you need to make sure that this part really covers your breast perfectly well. Now when I take the opening I left for my front, for my chest, is 15 centimeters, and as I said, our objective here is to cover our breast. Our breast needs to be very covered. It's a very decent dress we're making, so 15 centimeters is just good for me. And for the back, I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to add 2 centimeters. The back, I'm going to bring it down to 17 centimeters. This is going to be my back. All right, and this is really very optional for each and every one of us. So you're going to, as you're sewing your pieces, you're measuring yourself. All right, now let's start sewing. Now we're going to start sewing. I just want to show you, this is going to be my right side, and this is going to be the wrong side. So I'm sewing from the wrong side. And the row where we ended with the Suzette stitch, that was going to be in front, and the row where we did a single crochet, that was going to go for our armpit. All right, so this is going to be our armpit, and this is going to be our front. Now let's start sewing. I have my needle here with my thread. And of course, while you're fastening off your yarn, you could as well just allow a long tail here. I was just going like so. Allowing a long tail is far more better. So just insert your needle, come here, insert your needle. And because this is our first stitch, we're going to go back there again for the second time. I'm going to refold those tails at the end. Let them just be there. And now you're going to take up your work. You're going to be sewing stitch into stitch. See, stitch into stitch. Just go like this. the single crochet goes into the single crochet, the double crochet goes into the double crochet. All right, yeah, that's just what we're doing here. It's very clean, you see. This is going to look like on the other side. So you just choose which you prefer. Just keep sewing and going up, and I'm going to end where I have my stitch marker. Now we're going to get to the end here and just take off our stitch markers. Now one thing, while you're sewing, as you're inserting your needle here, make sure you really push that so that you take both tops. Right, here we are done. We're going to go back there the second time. Secure that one. Good. And now you need to hide in your tails. Go ahead and hide in your tails the best way that you can. Hide in your tails. I've edited to tell my channel to teach you how to hide in your tails. Good. And here we are done on the front, sewing those, connecting the front. We're going to turn our work and connect the back as well. I'm going to go ahead and sew this exactly as we did the front. I'm going to start where you have your stitch marker. Once you're done sewing down, you're going to also come and sew the same way. You start from here going up, and also come on the other side. You also sew the second side. You start the second side, you start from here and end here, and this is going to be our armpit. All right, so go ahead. And that's what our kind of looks like right now. Yeah, 14 centimeters. And I just want to mention that you should take your measurement with your bra on. Okay, put your bra on for take your measurements. Make sure all of this part is perfect, is okay for you, because when we start working, it's going to be very complicated. If you want to change something here, you have to fuck the work all over, like it will not be funny. So make sure you're satisfied with your arm depth. Make sure you're satisfied with this. And make sure you're satisfied with this. And please, if you have to follow my pattern, it's a very decent dress. Your breast must not be outside. I emphasize on that. Just turn your work. I just left my stitch marker here, so it's going to remind me this is the back of my dress. We're going to start working from the back side. So just turn your work, and we're going to just follow that line while we're doing the joining. Just follow that line and set your hook there. And you're just going to bring your yarn. We're going to start working. Bring the chain front, chain one, and single crochet. All round we're going to make one single crochet. Just go ahead and make a single crochet. Good. We've done a single crochet. We'll come at this end here. We're going to insert a hook and make a slip stitch. And now I'm going to chain one. And before you start this row, you have to look. This previous row you can see was the outside row. Yep, so we're going to start on this side. So you're going to single crochet plus a double crochet. All right, you skip one stitch and just repeat your pattern. And now you get here, you have 2 stitches left here. You're going to end the round with a single crochet. Now slip stitch to end this. You're going to chain one, And now we need a very important measurement. That's going to be the waist measurement. The full circumference of my waist is 86 centimeters. It's 86 centimeters. I divide this 86 centimeters by 2, and it gives me 40. And it gives me 43 centimeters. And that's what we have here. Right, 43 centimeters. But now when I weigh it on me, it does not fit me as I want it. So I'm going to reduce 5 from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to go for 38. So my actual waist is 38. So we're going to start our decreases, and I want 38 centimeters. And you're going to put 2 stitch markers on both corners. You see what we're doing? This is our corner. You put a stitch marker. You come in the other corner. You put a stitch marker. So let's start. So I already started my round, and we're going to start a decrease. So where we have our single crochet stitch, right, where we usually work, you're going to go there. You're going to make, let's just take away a stitch marker first. You're going to come in that single crochet stitch and you're going to make a single crochet. Normally we usually go back with a double crochet, right? But we're going to reduce 1 stitch here. Now this is the next single crochet stitch we need to work in, but because our stitch is a Suzette stitch, it's a single crochet followed by double crochet. Instead of making a single crochet here as we usually do, we're going to yarn over and come in that stitch and make a double crochet. You see, we have our stitch, even though there's a little bit gap, but we still have our stitch. And you see here we have decreased 1 stitch again. Do you see? So we have really decreased 2 stitches. We decreased 1 double crochet here and a single crochet. This is really our first decrease, and we're going to just insert a stitch marker and mark that stitch. Do you get? Now in the next stitch, now we're going to go ahead and work our Suzette stitch normally. Suzette stitch, and that's the second corner. You're going to take off your stitch marker, and here we have the single crochet stitch. You're going to go in the single crochet and repeat what we usually do. You make a single crochet and come into the next single crochet. Very good. And now just keep on working. Just continue with your Suzette stitch, and you're going to repeat this. Okay, here we worked on come again in this corner. You have a stitch marker. Check it out. And go in that single crochet. You make a single crochet, and go in the next single crochet. You make a double crochet. Here we have our decrease. Insert your stitch marker in that single crochet, and now you're going to repeat your Suzette stitch. Make a Suzette stitch. Good job. I have my 38 centimeters. And I did decreases for a total of 4 rounds. I did 4 rounds of decrease. After my 4th round of decrease, I did 1 round with no decrease. All right, 1 round with no decrease. And from here now we're going to start increasing our. We're going to start the skirt area, and for this skirt area we're going to need the measurement for. We're going to need our hip measurement. My full hip is 112. I'm going to divide this 112 by 2, and it's going to give me 56. So this is half. All right, so I'm going to work onto this, give me my half, which is 56 centimeters. And you see we have a very, very, very long way to go. I need 56 centimeters. 56 centimeters. So we are going to start increasing right now so that we get to this on time. And now let me give you the measurement for my height. Mine gives me 32 centimeters from my shoulder to where I'm going to start my skirt, somewhere under my armpit. It gives me 32 centimeters. Let's start. Okay, I have already started this round, and we get here where we have our stitch marker, Of course, this is the first side. There's a side of a dress, and of course the actual middle of a dress. So you're going to insert your hook where we have a stitch marker. We're going to just take it out, and that stitch, this is how we're going to do our decrease. Our increase, you go in that single crochet and make a Suzette stitch as you normally do it. See, this is a Suzette stitch. Because you want to make an increase, you're going to make another Suzette stitch in that same stitch. So you go back there and make a Suzette stitch again. This is how we're going to be doing our increases. And we'll just insert a stitch marker back on that stitch. And in the next stitch, you just keep on working normally now. You do a Suzette stitch in. Then I'm going to repeat this, and I'll meet you when we have our second stitch marker. That's our second side. Keep on working. Okay, we've been working, and we get to where we have our second stitch marker. This is our the second side of our dress. We're going to take it out, and we're going to make our increase exactly. And we're going to make our increase exactly as we did the first one. So you're going to go in that single crochet and make a single crochet, a double crochet. This is our first Suzette stitch. You go back there and make another Suzette stitch in that same stitch. And this is how we're going to be doing our increases, always on both sides, right? This is how we're going to do our increases. And in the next stitch, you're just continue making your Suzette stitch. And after this, I'll meet you in the next round. Just repeat working. In the next round, no increase, right? So keep on working, and I'll meet you for the next part of our work. Okay, well, we have already started the second round. For the second round, no increase. The second round, we're going to just work normally. Always remember to turn your work, right? Always remember to turn your work. Take away your stitch marker. And for this second round, no increase. So you're just going to, this is where we did our previous increase, right? So just go in that single crochet and make a normal Suzette stitch. And go back there, make a double crochet. Yep. You see? And on this is where we did a second increase. Go in there and make a Suzette stitch, make a single crochet, followed by a double crochet. Alright, and now you're just going to repeat this, and you're going to complete this round, and I'll meet you for our next round for increase. Just to, yeah. You see, it helps you make our work a little bit. This ink, and that's how it looks like. See, this is where we did our previous decrease, right? I'll advise you to just put your stitch marker in the single crochet at this extreme here, and put another single crochet, another stitch marker on this other extreme here. Now, the reason why I put my stitch markers like this is just to remind me that our increases must be done just by the side, all right? Because as we are doing the increases, the work is expanding, all right? So the increases must remain just here. For our next round, we're going to do our increases in any of the stitches, all right? So this is just to keep us safe. So you're going to repeat this round, and you're going to work the second corner exactly like this, and I'll meet you for the next round to remind you on how to do the increase. Okay, I've already started the next round. Here we're going to make our increase. This is our increase round. I'm going to do my increase in this middle stitch here. There's the middle single crochet here. So I'll just come here and make, just work normally. And now I'll come here and do my Suzette stitch. And here I'm going to make my increase. We have a Suzette stitch, we'll go back there. We have a Suzette stitch, we'll go back there and make another Suzette stitch. And this is our increase. And now to the next stitch. Now you just go on working. You come this, okay, this was a single crochet. I'm going to set my stitch on the top crochet. You see, and that's why we have our stitch markers. Our stitch markers are on both extremes. Just stitch mark on the double crochet. You see, our stitch marker remains here. You see how our work is growing, right? This is how work is going to be going progressively. So you're going to make exactly on the second side and maintain the stitch markers there, all right? And the next round is a no increase round. The next round you make an increase on both sides. The next round no increase. You were just going to repeat this sequence until you have your hip measurement. Okay, I'm working and you see I have my 56. See, I have my 56 centimeters, and this how my work kind of looks like. So you see what I'm doing. This is progressively exactly as I explained to you. From now on, I'll go on and work to achieve my length, and I'll meet you for the next part of our work. From now, no more increases. Here we go. And there we go. I kind of love this shape. And it goes down. I'm going to start. You're going to go in that first stage, and you're going to start with this. You're going to start with a single crochet. A single crochet. You're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. You're going to skip 1 stitch and come in the second in the single crochet and make a single crochet. You chain 1. You skip 1 stitch, come to the single crochet. You make a single crochet. Chain 1. Skip 1 stitch, come to the next, which is a single crochet. You make a single crochet. Chain 1, skip this and come here, and you're going to repeat this, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. And we have the stitch. We're going to skip this and get to slip stitch in that single crochet. Go in that single crochet and slip stitch. That's how we complete this first round. We're going to start the next round. We're going to start here. Go ahead and chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This chain 4 stands for 1 double crochet and a chain 1 space. You're going to come on that single crochet. You see the single crochet of the previous round. Yarn over, go on that double crochet, on that single crochet, and you're going to make a double crochet there. Next, you're going to chain 1, and you skip that chain 1 space. You come on that single crochet, go in that yarn over, you skip the single crochet, come in that single crochet, you make a double crochet. Chain 1, yarn over, come on that single crochet and make a double crochet. Chain 1, yarn over, come on the single crochet and make a double crochet. And you're going to put this sequence off for this round, and I'll meet you for the next part of our work. I'll get at the end here. Chain 1, we're going to skip that last chain 1 space, and you're going to slip stitch on that third chain. 1, 1, 2, 3, that third chain, slip stitch. There you go. To start the next round, you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and you're going to yarn over and come here and make a double crochet. Chain 1, yarn over, make a double crochet. So this is the mesh pattern, like seriously. I have a shirt, I have a complete set, a pants and a top with this pattern. It's a very beautiful pattern with this pattern on my YouTube channel. I'm leaving the link in the description box below, or if you want the tutorial, just comment below mesh pattern tutorial short and pant, and I'll send you the link, all right. I'm going to repeat what you did here. Also going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and going that on double crochet and double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Good. And this is everything we're going to repeat now. And the number of the mesh stitch rows we're going to make is in function of the numbers of ruffles. So in here, this is going to be our first ruffle. We're going to make our first ruffle here where we did the chain 1 here in a single crochet. We skip the second, and into the third we're going to make the second group of ruffles. We're going to make this one is going to be skipped. We're going to make the other one, and the next we're going to make the ruffle. That's going to be a third ruffle, and after that we're going to make one more round. That'll be the free round. All right, and here we go. It's a very beautiful stitch. Yeah, so this is a mesh stitch. Now we're going to start our ruffles. You see how I inserted my stitch markers exactly as I told you. So I have one here, this is skipped, one here, this is skipped, one here. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So we are still working on the same direction. This should be on the right side of your dress, right? So this should be the right side of your dress. Check out this first stitch marker. I'm going to set your hook in that chain 1, see, in that space there, and create a slip knot. Insert your hook in that slip knot, pull it in, and bring the chain in front. Now you're going to go ahead and chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. This chain 3 here represents our first double crochet. In that same space you're going to make 2 more double crochet. So yarn over and make 2 more double crochet, 1 and 2. Yarn over. Here we have the next chain 3 space. Go in there. You should go in there with 4 double crochet, 4, 1, 2, 3. We have 4 double crochets. Yarn over into the next chain 1 space. As you're working along your 2, go in there and you make 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3 and 4 double crochet. Yarn over, come to that chain 1 space with 4 and make 4 double crochet, 1, at this point your work should start crying like this. You're going to come in here, yarn over. Remember we did just a double chain 3 and 2, so you need to complete the last double crochet. Come in that same space and you're going to make. Now we have our 4. You're going to slip stitch on that chain 3, slip stitch on the third chain, and here we go. We have completed the first round of our ruffles, and you see it begin to curl. We're going to start the next round. You're going to chain 2. This chain 2 is going to stand for our first stitch, and you're going to yarn over, and in each stitch you're going to make a double crochet and a double crochet in each stitch. This everything we're going to make for this second round. We're just making one. Oops, skip the stitch here. We're just making one. I'm just making 1 double crochet in each stitch. Go around and I'll meet you here. And when we get at the end here, we're going to make a last double crochet in that last double crochet. You're going to set your hook in the chain 2, 1, 2, set your hook in the second chain, slip stitch. And here we go. We've completed this first round of our layers. You're going to go ahead and weave in your tails. And now to start the second one, you're just going to, you see, when you skip 1 and come into the third, and you set your hook in there and bring in the tail, and you're going to chain 3, 1, 1 2 3. Yeah, we have a chain 3, and you're going to make 2 more double crochet. I'm going to repeat exactly what we did here. Yarn over and come into the next chain 1 space, and you make 4 double crochet in there. 1 2 3 and 4. Yarn over, always work along that toe and make 4 double crochet. 1 2 3 and 4. See now, we're just repeating what we did in the first layer. You're going to do exactly what you did here. So you're going to make the last double crochet at the end, and you're going to make 1 more round. Once you're done with the second, you're going to come. You see, I haven't inserted my stitch marker, and I hope you too. You're going to skip this and come and do the last one here. I want to allow this one free. This will be free, so I'm going to have 3 layers of ruffles, and this is what it gives us so far. It's really so beautiful. So go ahead and complete your dress, and I'll meet you for the next part. And here we go. And here we go. This one, ruffles. The ruffles. That's like. Now we're going to add some different colors. I'm just going to make a half double crochet like this, next stitch. I'll just make 1 more here. Chain 1 and here we go, you're done. And I love the colors. And now for the next part of all, we're going to do some lining around our neckline opening. So where we stopped during the joining, you're just going to insert your hook there. I'm going to go ahead and chain 1. That's to secure that yarn. And in that same space, you're going to make 1 single crochet. And we're going to work in each of those stitches. Just go in each stitch and make a single crochet. Alright. I'm starting on the back part of my dress. So we're going to go around. You go around like this, and I'll meet you here. So keep on working, making 1 single crochet in each stitch. We've gone around. We get here. We're going to insert a hook in that. Insert a hook in that first single crochet and slip stitch. You're going to chain 1, and in that same stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. You're going to chain 3, 1 2 and 3, and into that single crochet, you see the butt loops, those loops here, go in there and slip stitch. Next, you're going to make 5 single crochet. 1 2 3 4 and 5. Into the 5th, you're going to make a picot. 1 2 and 3, and you see this where we're working. Go in there like this and slip stitch. Next, make 5 single crochet. 1 2 3 4 and 5. Into the 5th single crochet, chain 3 2 and 3, and come into the single crochet, taking both loops, taking 2 loops, and yarn over and slip stitch. And next, you're going to make 5 single crochet, and you're going to repeat this also, and this we're going to have something like this. So just come here where you started, and go in that single crochet and arrow slip stitch. So you're going to chain one. You're going to weave in your tails, very important. And see, that's why it gives us very, very beautiful. And thank you so very much for working with me. Let me know what you think about the tutorial in the comment section below. If you're a stay-at-home mom like me, I encourage you to work from home, and I pray God bless the work of your hands. Now write in the comment section below what you think about this tutorial. If there's anything you want us to work on next time, just write in the comment section below. I'll make that happen for you by the grace of God. I'll meet you in the next tutorial. Till then, God bless us and keep us and prosper the work of our hands. Shalom.